What's going on, gents? Welcome back to the channel. I hope you're all doing okay. Now look, sometimes life can be very difficult. Sometimes things get on top of us and we feel overworked, stressed, underslept, without the proper support that we need. Things can get very, very difficult. And look, when these times arise, it can be very debilitating. Your motivation can be low. Your excitement about the day can be low. Your overall mood can be low. And sometimes, like I say, this is debilitating. But I believe that our response to these emotions is a choice. We can either choose to sink, or indeed we can choose to swim and survive. And look, the swimmers in society are the people that are performing the absolute best, the people that are earning the most money, the people that are, I don't know, celebrities that you look up to. And I'm not specifically focusing on the materialistic here, but I'm talking about people in the world that have done successful things, that in some way or another you admire them. They are the swimmers. And the sinkers, I'm afraid, are the people that you don't want to be like. I want you to imagine somebody in your personal life right now that you don't want to be like, that you don't want to live like, that you don't want to look like, that you don't want to act like. They are the people that made the decision to sink. Because look, things get really tough sometimes, and it's understandable. Some people don't want to do the hard work, I get it. But if you are a person who wants to be successful, then you're going to have to learn to swim. In my generation, there's not a lot of swimmers, but the few swimmers that are there are the most successful. The few swimmers that are, around. I was born in the early 2000s. The few swimmers that are, within that sort of age bracket, they're very, very successful. I'm on my way to becoming a swimmer. I'm a swimmer in training. But we all have a choice. It's sink or swim. And things are going to be tough. That is life. It's not going to be sunshine and rainbows. There are going to be moments where you feel tired and stressed and burnt out and overworked and angry, There are definitely going to be some low points. But you need to zoom out of your current perspective and zoom out of the emotions that you are going through today. And you need to start thinking about 20 years ahead of today. 20 years. For me, I'm going to be in my 40s, right? Now, an exercise that I'm going to ask you to do is be honest with yourself and say, right, what do I want my life to look like in 20 years' time from now? And for me, I'm going to be in my 40s. I'm going to want a house, hopefully a couple of houses. I'm going to want a beautiful family, and I'm going to want a business that is thriving and a life that is thriving. And for you, it may be similar. For you, it might be different, but we all have aspirations to be successful in our own individual ways. But the next thing you got to ask yourself is, what's that going to take? How are you going to build that reality? What are you going to have to do to create that? And the answer is definitely not that when you feel low on motivation and you feel tired and you feel angry and you feel burnt out, that you just quit. Because you know that if you do that, nothing comes at the end of it. You just end up like the people that you don't want to live like. So there's got to come a moment where you go back to the drawing board and you build a strategy and you build a plan and you say to yourself, right, from now on, this is what I'm going to do. I don't know what it is specifically that you want to do, but whatever it is, figure it out, find out what you want to do. And then secondly, say to yourself, you know what, regardless of how I feel, I'm going to stick to the plan because this plan will lead to the outcome. And I get it, it's so much easier to say that than it is to actually implement it and do it. But I'm not saying this is easy. It's difficult. But what I am saying is it's very, very simple. It's very simple. The what to do is extremely simple. There's no magic formula. It is just figure out what to do, stick at it regardless of how you feel. Now look, things can change. The thing you're doing today might not be cool in 10 years' time, of course. I'm not asking you to stay the same forever or keep doing the same things forever. Of course, adapt, evolve with the times, but Don't be the guy, for goodness sake, who just doesn't have any resilience, doesn't have any ability to tough it out and stick it out. You don't want to be chopping and changing all the time. Like a lot of people will make videos on YouTube similar to me, and the only difference is they'll just make a couple of videos, they won't get the success that they want, and they'll log off. This today is probably one of my 160th videos or something along the lines of that. The conditions aren't perfect. You can see the sun is piercing my eyes right now. I've not got the dream setup, I've not got the dream monitor, microphone, everything like that, but I'm consistent, and I'll just turn up and I'll keep going, I'll keep going, I'll keep going, because it's not about views. Of course I'd love views. It's not about subscribers. Of course I'd love subscribers. It is about having a love for what you do and trying to help people. And I like to take lessons that I'm either going through or have learned in my life and come on here and share it with the hope that somebody else takes value from the lessons that I've also taken value from. And I know there's a lot of young guys out there and guys that don't really have people to talk to about these things and don't really have anybody that shares these sort of concepts and ideas with them. So if I'm that person, then that's fantastic. That's my job done. That's why I come on here and do it. But a lot of people will dip their toe in the water. They won't like the temperature. It's too cold. It's too hot. And they'll just leave. And I want to say, you know what kind of life that will give you. You become a like to the guy whose life that you don't want to replicate today. You look at that guy and you say, I don't want to be like him. I don't want to look like him. I don't want to walk like him, talk like him, dress like him, whatever. But you do the same things as him and they're going to get you the same results. So dog it out, man. Dog it out. Sometimes you really do just have to forget about your feelings in the moment and prioritize the long term, because feelings can be very deceptive. They come and they go. One minute you are happy as Larry, and the next minute you're frowning, you're sulking, you're moping, the motivation's gone. Feelings and emotions come and go. But the plan doesn't. The plan stays the same. It's just up to you whether you want to maintain the things that you said you were going to do, or allow those emotions to take you off and allow you to wash away, you know? It's tough, it's difficult, it's going to be difficult, it's not going to be easy. But it's simple. It's very, very simple. You need to develop the ability to get the things done that you said you were going to get done. Nobody likes the guy, honestly, nobody likes the guy who talks about getting stuff done and never executes. It's so ugly. It really is, even amongst like male friends that I've got. When I have friends that will talk about doing things and never ever pull the trigger, it gets to the point where they open their mouth and you're like, oh my God, is he going to say it again? I have to say to my friends sometimes, brother, you need to start pulling the trigger, because all you're doing at the moment is talking. You know, don't become that guy. It's not going to serve you well. People are going to look at you with less respect, and you're also going to look at yourself with less respect. To develop the ability to do the things that you said you were going to do, and also to develop the ability to be resilient. Life is going to throw so much shit at you. You wouldn't believe it, but if you are resilient, it can throw amazing, incredible things at you as well. There are rewards for those people who are in it for the long run. There are rewards for those people who exercise discipline, for those people who delay gratification, for those people who put future them ahead of today's them, because you today can tell you to do a load of stuff that is going to hurt you tomorrow, and sometimes those feelings are so strong, but the men who give in to those feelings and to those inner voices are never the men who you want to replicate. They're never the men who you want to follow or have a life similar to. So don't make the choices of the men who prioritize the whims and desires of the moment, but make the choices of the men who push all those things away and choose future them. You have a choice to make, guys. It's difficult, it's hard, But what's even more difficult than exercising discipline and exercising resilience is paying the price when you are 75 years old on your deathbed with a long list of regrets. Look, I don't want to go on too long, but hopefully you've taken some value from this video and it's set your mind straight on a couple of things, and now you can go ahead in your day-to-day and attack life with a bit more clarity and with more of a lens to the future and your goals and your aspirations and how exactly you are going to go about achieving them. Anyway, if you took some value from this video today, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe to my channel for more from me, comment your thoughts down below. I'd love to know your thoughts. And if you guys are interested, make sure to join my free men's Discord community. It's absolutely free. It's about 22 guys who are getting together, trying to help each other level up our lifestyles, habits, provide support to one another when we're going through difficult times, and overall just try and help everybody in that community grow. So if you're looking to grow, if you're looking to improve, if you're looking for some male friends to support you through your personal development journey, it's a no-brainer. Join the community, absolutely free. And if you're interested in hopping on a one-to-one coaching call with me, I'm going to leave the link down below in the description. All you got to do is book yourself a slot and I will see you on the other side. As always, guys, thank you so much for your time and attention. I will see you in the next one.